Okay, hello, hello, hello. I hope you can hear me. Oh, shoot. I hope you can hear me. Is anyone here? Let's see. Seems like it haven't gone live in a long time, so I'm live on YouTube and I'm live on Facebook. Woo! And I got an unstable situation going on. See what I can do to get it together. I'll leave it alone. Can you see me? Anybody out there? How to make it live. How to make the screen larger so I can see your comments. Oh, maybe they've changed everything since the last time I was live. Let me try to get this over here a little closer. Get a little closer. Don't be shy. A little bit. I'm looking down. I guess I better make this quick because all my little gadgets here are not being very cooperative. Maybe I need to pull this one down to the level of that one so it doesn't look like a All right, we are 3 minutes in, and I am just hoping that someone will join me. Hello, hello. I don't know if I've ever done live Facebook on my laptop. And so it looks really different than it does on the phone app. And I am feeling so alone. So if you're out there, holler at me. Maybe I should have done it the opposite way. This would probably be right up over the other one. I'm sorry, y'all. I really wish I had time to have prepped this before. There we go. All right, there it is. That's better. This one I look like I'm looking up in space, but gotta choose somewhere in between. I'll figure it out one day, but not today. Hello, hello. If you're out there, can you say something in the chat, in the comment section, just to let me know that you are here that someone is here because I really don't want to talk to myself today, although I've been doing a lot of that today. I would like to have a conversation with at least one other person. So who's out there? Say hello. Hey, Yoli. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. So I guess we'll give everybody a couple of minutes, but like I said, I'm already at what, 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh? And yeah, so how are you today, Yoli? I think you might be the only one that got the memo, huh? That's all right. All right, let's see. I'm glad. I'm glad you're good. Whew, I had a busy morning this morning, and and that it took a lot to keep it together, but thanks to mindfulness and meditation, I am here with a smile on my face. All right, other viewers, who are you? Come on in the room, say hello, say something so that I know who's here and we can greet each other. Hello, hello. Hey, Pam, how are you? Good, good, good. Good to see you. Who else is on? Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Yoli. I see as there's others. It says on my end that there's 4 viewers, so let's go. Hi, Pam. Hi, Yoli. Who else is in the room? Say hello. I am live on YouTube as well. And that room is empty. It's just me, but it's okay. So you have a choice if you want to join from YouTube or Facebook. I'm on both. I guess I'll have to do this more often so people get used to this and roll on in. Here we go, 8 viewers. Say hello, everybody. Throw your name in the comments and say hello, 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 so we know who you are and we can have a chat together. 8 is great, and I'm ready to roll. So, you don't see me on YouTube, Yoli? It says I'm live. It says I've been live for 8 minutes and 31 seconds. I hope I'm on the right channel, that I'm on my Just So You Know University channel and not the children's channel, the Just So You Know family channel. But I thought I was on this one. Let me log out of YouTube and come back. You sure you don't see me? Yeah, it says I'm live. Oh, it says there's one person on. Is that you, Yoli? Yeah, there you go. All right. Okay, I just wanted to know that I'm live and confirm that I'm live. All right, so people are coming and going. It looks like we're back to 4, back to 3, and let's go ahead and get started. So today I had said that I wanted to get on and have a little conversation about mindfulness and about meditation, so that everybody is clear about what's going to happen in the M3ME course that starts next Sunday. And if you haven't yet seen it, or if you haven't gotten your invitation yet, I am starting an 8-week class next Sunday. It'll be at 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which is where I am, which will be 7 o'clock Eastern. and we can do the calculations for the other time zones. But the course, there's an event in Facebook, um, that you can see more about where you can see more about the course. And um, what I wanted to do was just clear up some things about mindfulness and about meditation, so that people wouldn't be apprehensive perhaps about it. So um, that's what today's session was about. And I asked people, if you have questions about what it'll be like, or what if you have any questions about meditation or mindfulness in general, you can feel free to ask them here, and I will do my best to answer them. If I know the answer, I will share the answer, and if I don't, then I will not. I'm not going to make up something. So I'm looking back and forth because the cameras are stacked on top of each other. So forgive me, I have to figure this out. So let me just start with a little story. It's been an amazing day. It has been an amazing day. And hi, Nico. And when I say that, I say it even though I just spent like the last 45 minutes cleaning up broken glass, and tart cherry juice off of the kitchen floor. But I'm still good, right? Um, I had spent the earlier part of my day with some amazing children and a client who I am assisting with writing and publishing her first children's book. And that had me feeling so high that when I spilled the tart cherry juice, that dark red tart cherry juice, and broke the jar that it was in on the kitchen floor, I was singing while I was cleaning it up. I was literally singing and cleaning up the mess that I made this morning. That's what meditation does for me. That is what mindfulness does for me. And I'm not going to tell you that is the everyday situation when something goes wrong that I'm like singing. But more than not, I am able to handle situations that happen in my life with so much more joy and gratitude and oh wellness, oh well, than I was before. Because I have been in this 11-year practice now of meditating and being mindful. So let's start from the beginning. I was all alone. I was feeling rather low, and I needed someone to lift my spirits up. No, seriously though, I was in a really, really bad place 11 years ago. I had witnessed the passing of both my parents, was at their bed when they passed away. I had witnessed the loss, the transitioning of my oldest sister, Linda, also, and the three of them left here in a 5-year span. So it was like 2008, 2011, 2013, and they were gone. So it was a rough time for me. On top of that, my administrative job in central office had ended. It was taken from me. The position was deleted, and that's a long story, but the best thing about that was it was the best thing for me, right? It was a change for me though. And at that time in my life, change and transitions were not one of my favorite things. I wanted stability, and I needed, security. I needed something to be stable with the losses that I had just witnessed. And I also was coming to the end of my second marriage, and it was time to move on. And although that was necessary, it was difficult and it was painful for me. So it was a tough time. My sons had gone away to college. I was an empty nester. It was just one change, one transition after another, one after another. And I just didn't know how to handle all that. I was reading a book. I meant to bring it with me over here, but I was reading a book called Transitions by William Bridges. If you haven't read it and you're going through some transitions in your life, it's a great book to read. But I was reading that book and it was helping me a bit. but I was still, it was a difficult time. All of those losses, all of those changes, and I was really truly struggling with it. Um, I had decided to scrap, my endeavors for administration, which never were my endeavors anyway. I went into public school administration because other people thought you would be great at this. You're such a great teacher. You'll be a great administrator. So I did it. I never really wanted to do it. But I was in a time period of my life where I really didn't know what was best for me. So I let other people tell me. And so I went ahead and did it. And like I said, when it ended, I just decided I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going back. I'm going to teach kindergarten. I love children. That's where I need to be. But even that was new, because imagine now going back into the classroom after, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8 years of being out of there. And in the technology boom, I was learning all over again. It was just so much change for me. So one day I was what I was going to say was that in accepting other people's path for me, you would be a great administrator. I accepted it because I was so detached from myself. I had lost the ability to know myself so much so that I allowed other people to make those types of decisions for me. And I allowed life to just kind of happen to me. I didn't know. I had lost my power. So the way the story then goes, this is where the shift happened. My youngest son came home from college for a visit one time, and he's like, "Mom," and he's seeing all the despair and the sadness and everything all over me, and he goes, "Mom, my favorite class since I've been in college has been my world religions or something course." And he goes, "The favorite part that I learned in this course was about meditation." And he says, a lot of people, a lot of successful people in the world, from what I'm understanding now, they don't hit the ground running every morning, open the eyes, jump out the bed, hit the ground running. They meditate before they start moving. And he said, "I think you should check it out." And I tell you, that was the beginning for me. That was the beginning of a whole change of the way I live. I listened to him. I heard him in my soul, and I began to try it. So the way I would do it, because I had no clue, I had never learned about meditation. So the way I decided was that I would do what he said. Before I hit the ground, before I put my feet on the ground out of the bed every morning, I would meditate. And to me, what I understood that to me was just be quiet and be still. So I did that. And what I would do was, as soon as I would, that point when you're awakening, when you're waking up from sleep, and you become, conscious that you're, now back on this side, you know what I mean? That you're back on this side and out of your other world, out of that dream world or the other world. Then I decided that as soon as I start to feel alert, as soon as I started to feel awake, that I would close my eyes back and meditate. And that meant to me, just be still and just be quiet. So that's what I did. And I started doing that. And it started with, I was able to do like maybe 5 minutes, and then I would do 5 minutes every morning. And then on the weekends, I was able to take more time. And then I started to do more time during the week, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and it just started to grow. So then I started looking up, Googling and trying to find out more about meditation. So I, did some research, did my own research, and I ran into some guided meditations. And I tried them, but I didn't really like them. I didn't really like having someone else talk to me while I was in my space, my meditative space. So I quit doing that one, and I went back to it's just me. It's just me and my stillness. The days went by, the months went by, my practice continued, the years went by, and it became hours of meditation. I could go for hours in total silence, with nothing on in my house, no TV, no music, no radio, no noise. Um, and it just grew. My practice just grew and grew and grew. And then I began to realize that I was getting so much information. Like I was getting so much, not only was I just silent, but I was feeling a peacefulness, you know? I was feeling a peacefulness. I was able to hear myself. They say, hear yourself think, Sometimes people say, it's so loud in here, I can't even hear myself think, right? But they're talking about the room or the space or the event that they're in. It can get so loud in here till you can't even hear yourself think. So mindfulness and meditation, I'll stick with meditation. Meditation helped me to become silent, to silence all the noise that was going on in here so that I could hear myself think, And when I became able to hear myself think, then I became able to process things that were going on in my life differently. I began to be able to hear information, and if you've seen my video about Just So You Know, my company, and how it was brought to me and given to me by, my higher self, by God, source energy, it was all through meditation. It was all through silence. It was just all downloaded into me as I was still and silent and quiet. It was just revealed to me, as we would say, right? So meditation became such a vital part of my life, and it is still such a vital part of my life. It's daily, and a lot of times it's all day. And as my practice grew, I learned that I can be in meditation. I can be in a state of meditation anytime, any place, anywhere, right? So that at any time I can go in and listen. I mean, and the decisions that I need to make can be made instantly with meditation, So when I'm in a state of meditation and everything. Now, so that's what this course is about. There are so many different philosophies on meditation. There's so many different practices or types of practices. Eastern religions, some Eastern religions might use meditation as a practice, or do. Some African cultures, some indigenous cultures, and we do too. And a lot of religions, they just call it something different. Communion. Time with God. So meditation is not some scary practice. It is not. It comes from different origins, but the way I teach meditation is I just teach you to tap into yourself, into your source, whatever your source is, whatever that is. I'm not pushing any particular religion. I'm not pushing any particular spiritual practice. I'm just going to expand your ability to tap into yourself, into your source, whatever that source is. Okay. I never was practice any type of meditation that included chanting. Well, I won't say I never practiced. I tried, but I really couldn't. It didn't really resonate with me, and so I didn't do it. Everything that I do, everything that I attach myself to, I make it my own. When I was teaching in the public school system, they give you a curriculum and say, this is what you use for the kids. Some of those curriculum would even have teacher says this, the kids say this, the teacher says this, the kids say that. I always made things my own. I always adjusted the curriculum to fit me and my students. As a yoga instructor, I never taught yoga the way traditional yoga was taught, Eastern yoga, or even Kemetic yoga. I just taught movements, you know. So I just practiced the movements. So I'm one who, and even when I was a practicing Christian, I did my own way. I did it my own way. I make things my own. So in this class, you're going to get what I understand about meditation and how I go about meditation. But the bottom line will be that you will find your way. You will find how you best meditate. And that is the goal, that you will connect with yourself, that you will learn how meditation best suits you, whether you like guided meditation, whether you like music as meditation, whether you like art, you know, to meditate, whether you use dance to meditate. Um, I will introduce all of these different types of meditation to you, and you will decide for yourself. I use lots of different types of meditation, but there will be no religious connection to any particular religion because I don't practice any particular religion. So I'm not where, that's not where this class is going. And then there's mindfulness. So for me, meditation is communication. Let me just back up and say that. For me, meditation is communication. It's an opportunity, like I said, to communicate with yourself, to communicate with your source, whatever that is for you, and to have this opportunity to listen. Because the prayer part, the supplication, that's the part where we talk. Meditation is the part where we listen. So we go in, we get still, and we listen. And for me, meditation is not about shoving everything out of your mind or clearing your mind. It's about exploring what I'm thinking about. It's about exploring my thoughts. It's not about throwing them away or getting rid of them or shutting them down. It's just about exploring them, paying attention to them, you know, so that I can respond to them. All right. Then, so that I can respond to my life, to my thoughts, because the belief is that thoughts become words, words become beliefs, beliefs become actions, and your actions become your reality. So if you start with the thoughts, if you start with knowing what your thoughts are, being aware of them, paying attention to them, you know, deciding whether you want to keep them or throw them out, you know, deciding whether they're true for you now or not, then you can make some changes in your life. Then you can transform your life. But you first have to start with the thoughts so that you can change the words, so that you can transform the beliefs, so that you can transform your actions, so that you can then change your reality. So it's all connected. And that's what meditation does. Mindfulness. So mindfulness is just awareness. Mindfulness is a state of awareness. Simply, we spend a lot of our lives unaware, just unaware. We're on autopilot. Think about it for real. You jump in your car every morning, you drive to work, or wherever it is you go every morning, right? Or every day. How many times do you think about, okay, when I get to the corner right here, I need to turn left, and then I go down about 3 more blocks and I'm gonna need to turn right. You don't think about that? Not unless it's your first couple of weeks on the job, you know? You just do it. You get in the car, you go. We take showers, we take a shower, we come out the shower, we put oil or lotions or whatever on our body. How many times do we think about, okay, now let me first do my hands. Ooh, that's really nice. That feels so good. All right, I'm gonna do my arm. Most of the time we don't think about it. We just, and we go, right? Food, we sit down to the table to eat. Half the time we're not even looking at the food. We're looking at TV, we're looking at YouTube, we're looking at Facebook. We're not even looking at the food. We finish, we don't know if it tasted good or not, really, right? Because we spend so much of our lives on autopilot, you know, just doing the things that we do. So awareness is an opportunity to stop living on autopilot. It's an opportunity to become aware of everything. How does it feel? How does this lotion feel? How does this orange taste, smell? Let me look at it. Oh, look at this little piece on the inside. That looks like a giraffe. You know what I'm saying? Like we we just go. Gotta get to the next thing. Move. Gotta get this done. Gotta get that done. You know? And so we're living our lives unaware. We're not even half the time we don't even know that we're breathing. Check. Are you breathing? Are you, I mean, you're breathing, but are you breathing? Like, are you taking in a full breath and releasing that air? Or are you kind of, we don't even think about the things that our body is doing. We don't even, and so most of the time, we spend a lot of time lacking gratefulness and gratitude because we don't pay attention to the intricacies. Oh, I can feel my heart beating. That is so amazing. You know? You know? So for me, becoming aware also changed my life because now when I'm aware of what I'm thinking, I can decide if I want to think that or not. I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Well, why? Why? What's really going on? What do I really need to attend to? You know? Why am I feeling this way? Is it because I watched the news before I left this morning and now I'm all anxious? Is it because I woke up thinking about something I shouldn't have said yesterday that's gone? And I'm still choosing to be in that moment yesterday? So I'm missing this moment? So awareness helped me to, like I say, pay attention to my thoughts, pay attention to my behaviors, pay attention to my words, because words are so powerful. The thoughts become the words become the beliefs become the words repeated become the beliefs. That you know how people say you tell a lie so long you believe it? You see what I mean? Like your words repeated become beliefs. I have tested it with myself. I have seen it with children. Just tell 25 5-year-olds how smart and brilliant they are and watch how smart and brilliant they become. Tell your child they just bad and they get on your last nerve and watch how they get on your last nerve. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Tell yourself that you ugly and you don't deserve nothing and you need to lose 50 pounds and you never do this right or you never do it. Tell yourself that over and over again and see, don't you believe it? Thoughts become words. Words become beliefs. Beliefs become actions. And actions become your reality. So when you can change your thoughts and become aware of your thoughts, let me go back. When you can become aware of your thoughts, you can decide. You then can decide, how do I respond to this thought? Do I want to linger with this? It starts with your mindset, baby. Absolutely, Johnny. Johnny Gat. I know this is. Hi, honey. Yes, it actually begins with your mindset. So that's what this class is about. It's about waking up to your mindset. Thank you, baby. It's about waking up to your thoughts, waking up to your words, waking up to, yes, being in touch with your inner self. Always. It's about that. That's what this course is about. So, like I said, you don't have to be afraid. That I'm going to have you chanting nothing because, and I'm not making fun of any religion or anything, because whatever works. Everybody has their own pattern, but don't be scared that, oh, she's going to have us chanting and saying stuff. And then, no, I'm not going to have you doing any of that, because that's just not how I do it. I tried, but like I said, it didn't resonate with me at the time. So that's not how I meditate. But I'm not against it. It's just not my way. But I want to open you up to your inner self. I want you to get cozy with your thoughts. I want you to be aware of what you are thinking, so that you can choose to stay there or not. Is this serving me? Is this emotion serving me? I'm pissed off and I'm just mad. Okay, that's fine. We have emotions. We're human. Feel that. But how long you want to stay there? You want to stay there a day, all day? You want to stay there for a week? You want to stay there the rest of your life? Like you really going to be mad? Like you really just going to carry around this pig pen cloud of funk around you for the rest of your days? Pigpen from the Peanuts cartoon. But is that what you want to do? But we get to decide. And trust me, I have been mad for years. I have wasted years being mad about something. Being in situations where I was just in turmoil. Being mad at somebody who wasn't living the way I wanted them to. Didn't marry who I thought they should marry. I could name names, but I'm not doing that right now. And I've been mad at myself for years. There have been periods of my life that I went through that. I don't have time for that. I'm not doing that. So now I can get in tune with, why do I feel like that? Do I want to keep feeling like this? Where is that coming from? And how do I get through this? Okay? How do I get through this and move on? Because I am the director of my life. So I get to respond to everything that happens to me. I get to choose my response. So I think of some of the most horrific events that have happened to people sometimes, like Emmett Till's mom, Mamie, like Dr. King's wife, Coretta, like Dr. King, like my friends, some of my friends who have lost their children, lost their parents, like me. It doesn't have to be an iconic person. We are all iconic. So let me start with that. But I think about some of the things that people have been through. And some people have made a choice to take that and create something with it. Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, a whole organization created to change laws because mothers lost their children to drunk drivers. Mamie Till's decision to show her baby's body. To open up this whole anti-lynching type campaign, to shed light on the race, the horrors of hate. Trayvon Martin's mom. What I'm saying? Like, people have taken the biggest tragedies and turned them around for the good of humanity. How did they get there, though? They had to change that mindset. Like, I can just grieve the loss of my child for the rest of my life, which I probably will. Or I could grieve and take that grief and put it into positive action to make the world a safer, better place, a more loving place. So in a nutshell, that's what I want to expose you to, because that's what it did. This is what meditation and mindfulness did for me. It took me to a more loving place. It allowed me to take the things that hurt me the most and use them for growth. It helped me to see things from a different perspective. It helped me to choose whether I'm going to stay down and stay mad, which all affects my body, in my spirit, in my mind. Am I going to stay there, or am I going to choose to do something differently? Am I going to choose to see it differently, to experience it differently? You know, I love the comments. Thank you, baby. Yes, yes. And I honor your belief. You know what I'm saying? I honor your belief. I have my own as well. So that's what I wanted to share. Um, Y'all, I get so hyped up because I'm just so passionate about what I'm talking about. When I tell you that this practice has changed me totally, like literally, my name, I really would like to change my name on my documents because I love Robin. She's been through a lot, and she's strong, and she's taught me a lot, and she's, but I have to often tell her, baby girl, it's okay. I'm gonna ask you to just sit right over here because you bring in a whole bunch of trauma and a whole bunch of experiences to the table that we're not dealing with anymore. So I got you though. I understand where you're coming from. I remember the hurt. I do. But I got you. And that's my higher self talking. And I call her Aya. I am Aya. Aya. She just gets Robin together. Girl, it's gonna be okay. But I met Aya through meditation. I met my higher self, my inner self, that powerful self, that God self, through mindfulness and meditation. And she said, you know what? We got you. We got you. It is what it is. I'm just telling you what I know. I'm just telling you what I experienced. And that's what this class will be. An opportunity for you to explore, you know, um, your relationship to your higher self, to your higher source. That's it. Any questions? Any questions? I am so excited about this course. I know some of you have already signed up. If you haven't signed up, check the events, or inbox me if you haven't seen it, and I can send you the event. But again, this course, first of all, I started my own school, my own university, and it's called Just So You Know YOUniversity, YOUniversity, because in this school, it is all about you, all about you getting to know you, you being familiar with you learning to communicate with you, and to listen and follow you, your higher self, your God self, right? So I created the first course. Well, we created, me and my team, um, my spirit, God source energy. The ancestors help me all the time. I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. We created this course, and it's called M3 and Me, mindfulness or meditation, mindfulness, and mindful movement, and me. So that is what this course is about. It's the first course. It's an 8-week course, on next Sunday at 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which becomes 5 Mountain Time, 6 Central Time, and 7 Eastern Time. I believe I got those in order. The class will begin. It's an hour session. And during that first session, I will tell you the dates and the prices for the rest of the sessions. The first session is free. And the prices are very reasonable because I'm giving you the, what do I call this? I call this the grand opening pricing. You know, you're getting the grand opening pricing for this first course. So join me if you want to know more about it. Inbox me, or whatever they call this, on message me on Facebook, and we'll go from there. Questions? Any? some of these comments. It all starts with your mindset. Yes, yes. It's called being in touch with your inner self. I've always lived there, absolutely. Because to live outside of that is to just be all over the place. This world will have you jumping from one fad to the next. Okay, now we're doing yoga. Oh, now we're doing this. Oh, now we're doing. Oh, now we gotta drive this. Oh, now we ain't nothing unless we have this. Oh, now we got. This world will have you all over the place. You better find that inner self and listen to that inner voice, because you will be confused about what it is. Once you think, let's see, so once you think differently, you become different. Absolutely. That's what I'm telling you. That's what happened, babe. And honestly, you can have a different mindset, but you actually have to believe it. Facts. Facts. Antoine, hey, Auntie, I love you, and you're the best. Thank you, baby. Thank you. I love you, too. I love you, too. Y'all sign up for this class. You don't have to be, it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter what you practice as far as, like I said, spirituality or religion. It doesn't matter. Mindfulness is not going to step on God's toes. It's not going to step on Jesus' toes. It's not going to step on Buddha's toes. It's not going to step on anybody's toes. It's just going to be you being metacognitive, you know, thinking about thinking. It's just going to be you thinking about what you think about, and then deciding whether or not you want to keep thinking that way or not. You know, it's about you feeling what you're feeling, thinking about what you're feeling, and deciding, is that what you want to feel? All right. It's about getting your emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual bodies in alignment. So there's balance. So there's no dis-ease. Because that's the other thing I forgot to mention. That dis-ease that comes in your body from all that stress and all that anger and all that unprocessed pain, it sets up dis-ease in our bodies, y'all. Facts. When I was telling you about all this stuff that was happening in the beginning, that I was telling you about what was going on in my life 11 years ago when I first started meditating, or before I started, I literally had an, what you call it, abnormal heartbeat, or a rhythmical, abnormal heartbeat. So my heartbeat was just not on, it was jumping and not being normal. I can't think of the name. But my doctor was doing tests on me, like, what's going on? I was so stressed out. The minute I started meditating, and the minute I started making changes in my life and moving things out of my life, moving stress out of my life, I went back for my physical. She said, well, that's all cleared up. I am not lying. I would not play with y'all like this. My life has changed tremendously. So, all right. If there are no questions, we have been on about 40 minutes now. And I know you need to get back to what you're doing. And I need to go get some food because I'm hungry. But I love y'all. I love you. And I hope that you join in. If you do, that's fine. Oh, the other thing, I don't want anyone to feel obligated. Like, if you don't take the class, you know, Robin's going to be like, what you did? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because what I do understand is that when you're ready, that's when you need to be, wherever it is you need to be. You know, you will be where you're supposed to be. If you're supposed to be in the class, you'll be in the class. If you're not in the class, you're not supposed to be in the class. I'm not going to be upset about anyone who doesn't show up. You know, I'll offer it again in a few months, and maybe you'll be ready then, or maybe not, maybe never. But don't think that I'm going to feel any type of way, you know. So, but like I said, the first session is free, and you'll get a taste of what it's like to do the course, and you'll get a taste of, you know, what's expected as far as the pricing and the time commitment and all that. And then you can decide. All right. So next week, 4 o'clock. See you there. All right, y'all. So if there are no questions, I'm going to log off. Love you. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Peace. Mwah. Thank you for engaging. Y'all are the best. Later. Let's see, how do I end this one? Is that how you end it?